For our next episode of Staff Rise, we've got Charles from the ENVE Wheel Build Room. He's going to go over his lovely new ENVE Melee or Melee, depending who you talk to. As some of you might or might not be aware of, but ENVE released their first road bike in 2020, the Custom Road. And then in 2022, they introduced their first off-the-shelf road bike, which is the ENVE Melee. So Charles, very, one lucky man really. It's a good-looking bike, isn't it?
Thank you.
Can you just go through the spec of the bike, why you chose various bits and pieces? So I guess first off, it's probably an obvious one, but why did you choose an ENVE Melee then? Have all the bikes in the world that you could have had.
ENVE Melee, well, it is for me the top dog frame out there. Big thing is I don't race too much anymore, but I love riding through the lanes, especially around here this time of year. So I was really looking for that extra clearance for the tyres, which this has. So currently I'm running specialised tyres, but slightly harder sidewalls on here, but they come up 30 mil. So there's plenty of cushioning there, running around about 60 psi as well. Because with ENVEs you can run them a bit lower.
And it's clear it's 34 on this frame, isn't there?
Yeah,
34 mil.
34, 35. So I think autumn time, I know we're sort of going to summer now, but come autumn time I'll probably push a bit bigger. And I love to have a holiday over in Belgium to ride the cobbles. So I think no good excuse.
Flanders next year then?
Flanders next year, yeah, rebate a lot.
Yeah.
Also just general geometry of it as well. It looks really good. It looks really nice in proportion. It looks racy.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not as fast as I was, it's still going to look fast.
Yeah.
Essential.
Yeah, it's still pretty handy.
Yeah. With that as well, geometry I went for a 54. I'm in between a 54 and a 56, but I like it to be a little bit lower at the front, so I opted for the 54. You've got that room with the seat post to have it a bit higher. With the 130 as well, it's a bit more over the front end of that, which contributes to the good proportioned look.
Super aggressive looking, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then I was fortunate enough to go for the Dura Shimano groupset.
The new 12 speed, yeah.
The new 12 speed, which I treated myself to, with that as a 5440 chainrings and the 1130 cassette on there as well. So I'll be getting out the saddle quite a lot up the steep climb. But big smart. And again, finished with the Arundel cages and the ENVE 4.5s, which I'm looking forward to riding.
Yes, they brought the 4.5s back, didn't they, last year? So they were 4.5s were one of the original SES wheels, and then they dropped them for a few years when they started bringing out their first disc SES wheels. But last year there was a complete overhaul of the SES range where the 4.5 was brought back, wasn't it? So this is meant to be the ruler wheel.
It is. The 25 mil internal width, which means that you can run a white. You wouldn't want to run anything smaller than 28 on there, really. But the way the tyre sits is it's less ballooning, less light bulb effect, and more just a nice, good old tyre on there, which makes ride quality really good, and also means you can lean it into corners and you're not going to feel like you're on the edge of the grip. It's a nice even grip.
Nice.
Good contact surface area with the ground on there. They're also quite light, I think about 1,400 gram, which is impressive on this new generation 4.5s.
That's it. And when ENVE don't chase weight either, so it's common miss. When it comes to road wheels, people tend to look at weight and price, don't they? And actually there's so many different things that make a wheel good, how it handles crosswinds and actually how it handles and how it rides. And ENVE, for and foremost, with all their products, like the frame itself, they try and make it as comfortable and compliant as possible, and that goes to the wheels. So the fact that they're light is a nice bonus, isn't it?
It is, and strength isn't an issue either. I know they're going to be bomb-proof. They didn't even put any ride weight limits on their wheels because they're really confident you can ride these on a road. You can stick them on a gravel bike if you want to, and they're absolutely perfect. I've gone laced up to the Chris King R45 hubs as well, I've actually got ceramic bearings in these.
Do you? All
which
right.
I bought probably about 10 years ago when I first joined Saddleback. And they swapped in between hubs and they rolled so fast, they just improved with age, which is great. I really like them. You can really notice the difference. Again, I'm in a fortunate position. I can run Chris King hubs in my bicycle. I wouldn't go for anything else. I've only ever had problems with other things, so it's a nice luxury.
Yeah, that's it. It's a bomb-proof set. That's a wheel set for life, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really?
I know I could be in the middle of nowhere and I won't have any problems. And if I do, you can fix it with just a standing blade, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 mil Allen key.
So there's not many hubs you can say that, is there?
Not at all, no. Yeah, it's great.
That's awesome. So with the Melee, so you don't just buy it as a frame, you get it as a chassis, I think they call it, isn't it?
Chassis.
So you get so it's almost like a semi-custom road frame where you choose what size frame you want, but then you can actually choose what offset of seat post you have, what length stem you have, and also now actually different widths of bars, but also what type of bars. So ENVE have now actually introduced internal routing across their whole road range of handlebars. So, you can actually pick a frame or chassis off the shelf that should fit your bike fit measurements pretty well. So which bar did you go for on this then?
So you can really tailor make it to your own preference. So with this, my bar, I went for the AR bar. I normally ride the ENVE Road bar, but thought I'd try something a bit different. I really like there's a slight flare on the bar you get in the drops. And also their compliance. They're not super stiff. They're made to flex a little. And because I like riding up, say, Yorkshire Dales or somewhere like that, roads are a bit rougher. It's nice to have that extra little bit of comfort.
UK roads.
UK roads, yeah.
Don't need to go Belgian dry cobbles, do you?
No, just find your nearest pothole. So I went with the 40 centimetre bar, which measure just over 40 centimetre on the tops, and then they flare out to 45 centimetre on the bottom. I looked at the Aero Road, but the Aero Race bar, but I picked this one. I was really looking forward to it.
It's such a neat front end, isn't it? All the cables being hidden.
Yeah, all the cables, all the hoses are wrapped through the frame, through the stem, and then into the handlebar as well. So you don't see any of it. Which really complements its clean look, which makes it really stand out and look smart. And then went for the inline seat post as well, just because it's got a 51 mil setback. So it keeps everything in check.
Very nice. Yeah. That's cool. Anything else on it? Any wizardry that we know you like a bit of a tinker, customized stuff, or is it something you're gonna?
With ENVE, they make their components, not just a frame, but the wheels and the componentry so well that I haven't had to do any sort of tinkering. It's all they're so good to build, which is a standout because being a mechanic many years, I built many frames and for hours with the Dremel and the internal routing kit, trying to force everything through. But this unfortunately is quite a doddle to build. So
nice.
So it was quite a pleasure really.
Oh, awesome. Well, it's a very cool bike.
Thanks.
Dream bike. It's very nice. It looks great in the flesh.
Thank you.
So thanks Charles for showing us your bike.
Anytime.
Excellent. If anyone has any questions or comments, then just leave it in the comments box for us and we'll try and answer them for you. If not, see you next time.